Craig Sullivan, we are here for a special Logic Conference edition. Friday Night Audit on Wednesday. We're in Phoenix. I can't believe it. You, me, together in the same room. Oh, my God.
Just a few feet apart. And we're going the wrong directions as usual.
I know.
So.
I know it's Wednesday, Craig, but you know what I think? You know what I think, Craig Sullivan?
I don't know, son.
I think it's time for an audit. Everybody, I'm Glen Houseman coming at you from where are we, Craig Sullivan?
Twin Peaks in Scottsdale, Arizona.
That's right. We are at Twin Peaks in Scottsdale, Arizona. Why? Because we are hanging out. We are having a great time. We are at the Logic Conference, and you know what? We're done with all that silly work type of stuff. I'm done with doing general sessions and trying to sound like I know what I'm talking about now, Craig. It's time for you and me and our friends over here just to have a little good time, kind of relax, kind of lay back, right?
Absolutely. And you know what? We've got a returning guest.
Oh, we do.
Gentlemen.
You are not a returning.
I'm gonna go right. I'm gonna go sit in the back room a little bit. I'll let you do your full introduction. I know it's been a long day, but can we get Craig a microphone, please?
Can we do what?
Can we get Craig a microphone? Can't hear Craig.
Craig's got a microphone.
Well,
he's just not standing next to the microphone. Craig, Craig, you're looking great, buddy. You got to fix that picture there, bro.
Yeah, there we go. That's better.
All right, look get rid of you. All right, let's bring in our guest, our first ever returning guest, the champion, the one and only, Mr. Glen Moon. How you doing, brother? Ooh,
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me, gentlemen.
Thank you, Francis. Really appreciate it. All right, welcome. How you doing, dude?
I am doing wonderful. Thank you.
That's awesome. Well, it's so great to see you. Cheers to you. Wait, we're not allowed to do that officially yet. You know why? You want to know why?
It's something to play.
Because I need to hit this special button right now. Time. Today we're going for beers, and one of the things that they do at Twin Peaks is they're very serious about the temperature of the beer. I don't know about you guys, but I go to too many places, Glenn. It's too damn warm. I'm not feeling it. You made a promise, 29 degrees, and we're going to do a big test to start this out right away, right now, right here. We're going to do a temperature of that. Hold it right up to the camera. We got a little thermometer over there.
We're
going to see.
Yep. It's 68.9.
Right now, 69. Right now, it's 69 degrees. It's getting hot in here, but let's see what happens when you put it in that cool brew. Thanks, Dave, for putting it on one shot. All right. It is thinking the temperature's dropping. 30.4, 29.3, 29.2, 29 degrees as promised.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. Woo!
That was pretty cool, guys. I mean, that was
right there, man. All right.
That was pretty intense, man.
Oh, wait, Dave, we missed what you said. I'm sorry, dude. I can't really hear you too much. Yeah.
I was gonna say that was, Glenn. That was, that was a lot of faith in your product,
a lot of what?
man. A lot of faith in your product.
All right, hold on. It was a lot of faith. I've been here since midnight last night testing that to make sure it would work. That's too funny. Well, it's great to see you. I just turned up Dave's mic and then he just vanished on us.
Amazing.
I know.
Amazing.
Yeah, we don't mess around when it comes to beer. We don't mess around when it comes to food.
Yep.
We don't mess around when it comes to sports.
Right. Now, listen, the last time you were here, we didn't get the opportunity to be in one of your stores over here. So it's really great to be hanging out, having that experience. And I got to tell you, Glenn, we were in Dallas and we got to go see your place. We got to try the food. And I was really blown away by how fresh it was. They don't have frozen food here. It's all fresh, which is really freaking cool. We're going to be testing some of that food later, but I want to talk about this delicious Dirty Blonde beer that I'm having here right now.
Yeah, so as I had alluded to earlier, we don't mess around when it comes to beer. It's one of our 5 brand pillars.
Right.
And the Dirty Blonde, along with 3 other brews we make at our brewery in Irving, Texas.
Right.
And you guys have had the luxury of tasting that along with the others when you were in Dallas, and you're enjoying it now.
I know.
I hope it's tasty.
I hope it is too. Wait, I already know it is. This is not my first one.
Yes, no, it is not our first beer. So.
Right. I want to apologize to everyone for seeming more sober this week than on last Friday's show. I will do my best to make sure that changes.
We will change that in about 30 minutes. So
yeah,
bring the tequila shots out.
Absolutely. Man, this is a lot of fun. So Glenn, I don't think you were over at the Lodging Conference, but we were having a great time over there. And it was great to see everybody having fun, having a good time. Craig, what were you feeling about it? Because I was just, listen, I'm out of control right now because obviously it was good vibes over there.
Great vibes. I think they really put the statement on everything yesterday, with the opening, or not yesterday, the day before with the opening. And we also got, some great information. Everybody's upbeat. Everybody's really working it very, very hard.
Right.
And it was just a great time. Now,
Craig, look at you, Craig. You're talking behind the world's largest microphone.
I am.
Over there.
We got to try it. You can't hear me, but I get cut off.
There's a lot. The problem is there's a lot of background noise here because Glenn, your place is too damn popular.
It is very popular. And it's early.
I know. What were you saying, Craig?
I'm going to say, Glen Houseman moderated a panel this morning. It was absolutely outstanding. It was one of the best of the entire conference. You had industry leaders up on the stage. They were all being candid. They were discussing the problems in the industry, but they were also offering some really good advice that you picked up on and you gave it to the audience as well. And, we're with a master salesperson, Glenn Moon from Twin Peaks. He's got a, historic career in hospitality. It's a natural transition for him over here to Twin Peaks. And you're right. These restaurants are amazing. When we were in Dallas, just an incredible tour over there. I got to meet the corporate team. It was just so much fun. And the place is down to earth. It's my feeling. We got the best sports bar we've been in. So this is great.
So listen, Glenn, I'm going to give you time to talk, but I've got a bunch more serious issues to talk about. I know you got talking points, but something's been really bothering me a lot lately, and I need to get it off my chest.
I wish you would.
I haven't been to enough events lately. I was at this event. I was at another event just last week in Canada, and I'm plagued by the same issue that I've been seeing over and over and over and over again for years now.
That'll follow you around forever. That is not curable.
And what I'm talking
No
about.
cream, nothing.
The sad thing is, Glenn, it is curable.
Really?
It is. I will tell you what this issue is.
But you need a booster every year.
Yes.
That's what it is.
Right. But all right. So what the situation is that I don't know about you, but I have a problem with tongs at buffets. Right. It's a very serious issue because they're too stiff. They buy these cheap tongs to save a couple of bucks. I got amazing tongs at home. I know you are a man who's got to have amazing tongs at home, right?
I do.
Right. But, you're stuck there. You're trying to grab a green bean. You got to use like 8,000 pounds of torque in order to be able to grab one freaking green bean over there. It makes me feel sad. It makes me feel insecure and, quite frankly, less masculine. And I do not feel comfortable with that.
I don't think you were sad. I think you were angry.
Yes, I was really pissed. I'm really pissed off because it's something that's easily solvable. You don't need one piece of metal. You got to have the little thing at the end to kind of make it go back and forth. But no, the hotels, they don't do that. You got to focus on the experience. It's the same thing, Craig, as those designers out there that don't have the decency to sit in the chair to make sure the desk in the room is the proper height before they build 1,200 of them.
And stop spending only $10 for pillows, for Christ's sake.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
The pillows at this hotel that we were at, and I'm not going to name the hotel, absolutely the freaking works. It didn't matter what you did. Horrible. Pillows, bed, shower, lighting, bathroom. If you can't get that right, I'm sorry.
So the good news is I don't have to worry about tongs here at Twin Peaks, Glenn.
Use your fingers.
Right.
Lots of finger food here.
Just dig in.
Lots of finger food going on over here, and it's fun. Hey, Duray, great to see you.
Milani
We got
what's
fun is some people from over at the Logic Concert have come over to join us over here.
Our number one fan, Amy Montgomery, is here as well. So.
Yeah, what? I can't hear you. Yeah.
Everybody should have group, especially as kind as these two. So,
oh my goodness.
Good to have them here.
Yeah, that's cool. So I'm gonna, I'm gonna do. I'm gonna embarrass producer Dave. Bring him in. Look at him.
Hey,
I'm chilling. I'm having a nice time.
Wednesday, Dave. I like
I'm laying in bed. It's a nice Wednesday night to have a show. I'm off work tomorrow.
Right.
I have a nice pillow here. Nice, fluffy, comfy pillow. I'm having a nice bed, so I'm looking pretty good
Did that
tonight.
come from your hotel or did you buy it retail?
What's that? My pillow?
Yes.
I plead the fifth.
He works in a hotel that's got great fellows.
Go ahead.
I'm liking that. I'm liking that.
I feel sorry for the guests that got an erroneous charge on their bill.
Don't say
It was an OTA. It's fine.
That's hysterical. So, Glenn, I got to ask you about the food that's over here again. We're going to be tasting some of that food.
Yes,
and one of the
we
things that you guys are going to want to stick around for is we are going to see if our taste buds can figure out a real burger versus a Beyond Burger. Dave, what do you think the odds are that Craig, I, and Glenn are going to be able to tell the difference here?
I think it's about 100% you'll tell the difference, but I will say this. One of my previous GMs is a vegetarian.
Right.
And he would always get on me about these Impossible Burgers and these Beyond Burgers, and they taste like real meat, and I never believed him. And I got to Costco, go to Costco one time, they have the free sample, so I gave it a shot, and I have to say, I was impressed.
All right, we got some food here, brother. All right, thank you so
And we've got the
much.
lovely Francis joining us from Twin Peaks.
Yep.
Say hi, Francis, to
Hey.
the audience.
All right, so thank you so much. Glenn Moon, what do we got over here?
That is our meatball skillet that we just added to your laptop.
Did he just drop it?
Freaking 8,000 degrees. Hold on one second.
Did
I
Glenn
need to
just drop
go
it?
to the burn unit real quick.
Ouch.
I'm all good. Don't you worry about that. So we're going to try some of these meatballs over here. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Ooh. So, Dave, how jealous are you of us right now, huh?
If I wasn't so full from another restaurant today, I'd be very jealous.
You have yourself a meatball? Oh, yeah.
So while they pass up the meatballs, guys, I guess I'll stay here so we don't have too much dead air. I know this show is
All right, well, someone's got to cover for this
Hey,
stuff.
yeah, come on.
exhilarating conversations about
Listen.
pillows.
Listen, there's so much noise here. I'm having a little hard time hearing today. Not as bad as it was today on stage during a general session. So, Glenn, I'm on stage doing this general session. There's like 1,000 people in the audience.
Yeah.
And I cannot hear a freaking word the panelists are saying on this thing. And I'm supposed to be running this particular panel over here. It was such a disaster for me in here. Nobody out there noticed. I was able to cover for it, but talk about a lot of stress, man.
Glenn, you do realize there's one thing happening with the lack of hearing, right?
What is that?
What?
It goes with your gray hair. It's called old age.
Oh, man.
I think it's probably from going to too many concerts, but what are you gonna do?
Well, so wait. Can we get a shot of the meatball? I want to see the meatball. I haven't seen it yet.
All right, hold on.
As soon as I get the silverware, we'll be.
Glenn's over here eating already.
Hey,
Other
there's
Glenn is over here.
I got a spoon. Give me a second here. Oh, I got it. Thanks, Frank.
Well, I already love that. I already love how cheesy it is. I see the cheese
look at-
dripping down. Let's get on a one shot. Let me see this, Glenn. That's a nice. That's a pretty nice meatball.
All right,
There you
that
go,
is
Dave.
freaking beautiful.
Let's see. What's the verdict?
Oh God, that's good. It makes me wonder why I bother making meatballs at home.
Oh, my God.
Well, now let me ask you, Glenn, because you come from Long Island, right? You've lived in New York City area your pretty much your whole life. We're known for some pretty quality Italian American food around here.
No, you're
How does the Twin Peaks meatball compare to a nice Arthur Ave meatball?
A nice what meatball?
Arthur Ave.
I think they're really good. I mean, these are great. And the best part is, one, there's a nice little spiciness, garlicness at the end of it, so it keeps the flavor going. So you get that meaty flavor up front, covered in the sauce and the cheese like that. But then it's got a runway that's going to it, right?
Well, unlike most people in our segment, other competitors in our segment,
Right.
we actually make all that sauce. We make the hamburger here. We don't have a slaughterhouse. We're bringing in the burger, and we make our own marinara sauce here on property.
That's pretty cool.
It is, and it's that recipe is scattered around the country at our other locations,
Right.
and it's delicious.
Yeah,
It's got a little kick to it.
So it takes a lot of work to do that. And a lot of restaurants out there, they're taking shortcuts, particularly now since the world has been so bizarre out there. Why are they so dedicated to making sure everything is fresh, everything is really just right on target? Because when I'm thinking of these places, I'm not thinking the food is the main attraction, but you're making it that.
Yeah, I mean, I think we're one of the few concepts, really in any segment, that has so many elements that you can fall back on.
Right.
Because you can come here and you can have a $4, shot of bullet, or you can have a $40 shot of Weller's Foolproof.
Wow.
Wow.
You can have a burger. You can have the usual. You can have cheese bites. You can have chicken wings. You can have French fries.
Well, you kind of have to do that stuff, but it's
You do.
elevated. It's not like going to one of those other type of chain restaurants that have lost a little bit of popularity of last.
Well, and you'll see as we bring food out, you're going to see we offer some real entrees that you might expect to find at a more upmarket, full-service style restaurant. We're able to execute that here on property because we're committed to it. We're committed to cold beer. We're committed to scratch kitchen. We're committed to highly trained, wonderful customer service, beautiful girls that take care of everybody in here.
I like that you're committed to so much. My family just wants me committed.
So let me ask Glenn a question.
Hold on. Wasted Wednesday Dave.
No, not boring Glenn. Cool Glenn.
Oh, sorry.
So
you know
Glenn,
what? I'm just going to take myself out.
now he can't hear. Now nobody can hear us.
I can't hear it.
Oh, I can hear
And
it.
now he knows we can't hear it. Now he knows that we can't speak to each other. But Glenn, I mean, listen, I've never seen a Twin Peaks before. I don't think there's too many of them around the northern New Jersey area that I've seen to this point. But from our last show that you were on and looking at the restaurant now, it looks like it's a pretty cool sports bar type of vibe. So you're talking about these upper scale menu options. You have these really amazing looking meatballs. Obviously, they taste amazing. So what went into the making of the menu concept? How did that all come together? Did pick from different areas of the country? How did you guys bring it together?
Well, Dave, you're going into very deep water. We have an executive chef that
we got to meet in Dallas.
All of that. Yeah, you guys did get to meet him.
Incredible.
I'm not even going to try and answer that question. All I can tell you is that we're committed to a very high quality product and all of those 5 brand pillars, food being one of them. And our menu, it's not a huge menu, but it's a very complete menu.
Right.
And we rotate in food often based on what the market is asking for. And we're able to do that and keep our costs in line and make a huge profit for our franchisees.
Well, you don't need to have too many items, right? Dave, right?
That's what I was going to say. Like that honestly makes a menu better, right? If you have, if you have 10 or 20 quality, consistent options, it's much better than having 120. And some of them you think are good, some of them are bad. You have no idea what's what. I'd much rather have a menu like that.
And if you're me, the issue is you can't freaking make a choice, right? Because there's too much. And so it goes back. There's this book that came out about 20 years ago, Dave, called The Paradox of Choice. And the whole notion is you really only want 2 or 3 choices. You don't want 50 choices because it paralyzes you. You can't make a decision. I have a hard enough time when there's 3 things on the menu, let alone 500. So I like that it's simple. Plus, if you're operating a business, food service is so difficult to operate. What you're really talking about is being able to cross-utilize some ingredients and keep that menu slim to keep the food costs down, right? Glenn, I'm sure you figured that, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. All right. So what we're going to do now is Craig is going to take us on a little tour of the restaurant. So we're going to take out Sandy C over here, see if we can get this mobile cam going.
Wow, this is a great tour, guys.
Yeah. Wow. Look at that image.
Isn't that great?
Craig, you already allowed the picture.
This is what happens. This is what happens when producer Dave doesn't get invited on the road trip.
It's not that you weren't invited. It's just that I didn't want to have to pay for it. It's just too...
Hey, there we go.
There we are. Okay.
All right, Craig, get out of here so you don't. All right, Craig's going to take a walk around. The reverb will stop in a second as soon as he moves away on the mobile cam. Craig, the mobile cam is great, but we want to see the restaurant, not your beautiful face. All right, there we go. Hello. How you doing? All right, so Glenn, why don't you give us a tour here?
Well, I mean, you're experiencing the lovely and talented Frances, who's been in our restaurant for I think about 8 years for Twin Peaks. And she's pointing out all of the screens in our building. Again, one of the brand pillars is sports. We designed these buildings so that any one guest can sit in a chair anywhere in the restaurant.
Right.
And the intent is to allow them to see 5 different TV screens without having to move. So in theory, on a Sunday, if you're in here watching
Right.
the NFL games,
Right.
and maybe you placed a wager too,
Maybe.
you can watch 5 screens.
I believe it's legal here in Arizona to do just that, right?
I have been getting some emails.
That's hysterical. All right. I love this. This is so cool. Look, hey, hello, kitchen.
Well, another thing, another one of the brand pillars, obviously, is the Ultimate Sports Lodge.
Yeah.
And so what you're seeing is a lot of the artifacts on the wall.
Uh-huh.
So you saw some deer mounts
Right.
and some elk mounts.
Dude, when I was
what do
in
we have
Canada
right
last
there?
week, I saw the most giant elk deer caribou thing.
Hooray!
It was huge.
Glenn, do you guys do the UFC? Glenn, do you
What,
guys do
dude?
UFC fights there? Do you guys do the big boxing matches at Twin Peaks?
We do. Yeah, in fact, what is it? Fury and Wilder again.
Right.
3 this Friday. Yeah, we carry all those.
It seems like such a really cool experience to watch a main event fight like that, because you know, looking at the tables as you go past, it looks like they could be communal tables. Everyone's kind of involved with each other, but the screens are everywhere. So as you said, Glenn, everywhere you look, there's an easy view of whatever event is on. You know, that's really kind of the ideal place to take in an event like that, because you have so much energy and so much excitement when you're watching a sporting event there.
It is, and we're we're really aligned with boxing. We're also very aligned with UFC. We have a strategic relationship with them, so we show all the big UFC fights here in our stores all around the country.
So, you got so many TVs here. I noticed that Snoop's on one of them. When did he lose all of his hair?
Man, you're going back.
Yeah, I'm a little concerned.
Yeah.
All right,
Speaking of hair, whose
Uh-oh.
hair is better gelled, mine or Glenn's?
Not
Glenn,
mine.
Shit's beautiful.
Yeah, his is
Glenn's
amazing.
looking pretty fresh right now, honestly.
Yeah.
He really is.
Yeah, you really are, man.
Thank you.
I'm very embarrassed. Like in mid-trip last week, my hair started to get like really wide and large and stuff like that. So
It can say so much about that.
I know. Hey, behave.
Me?
This is a safe zone that we have going on here. All right.
So just
Yes,
again,
Dave.
a little more promotion for you guys, though, Glenn. You know, the big fights like that aren't always in, some of these sports bars, for obvious reasons. So where around you guys can you take in events like that in an environment like yours? Is there any, obviously you have some of the major chain competitions, but given your strategic locations, do you pick out those locations specifically because of that, or how does it work?
All right, guys. Hey, I'm going to take myself out for a second because we're
No,
going
don't, because we're not, then we can't hear them.
Oh,
all their mics
I'm just going to walk away for a second. Hold on, man.
So, producing tip here: if Glenn turns his camera off, we lose all the sound.
No. We're about ready to have our taste test between.
Yeah, so to answer your question, we do. We spend a lot of time and a lot of effort and a lot of resources on quality real estate. Although I feel like we can go anywhere. It's a destination-style restaurant. People find us no matter where we go. In spite of that, we want to be on the best location with easy access, plenty of parking. We want to make it easy for the family. Our customer, for the most part, we spend a lot of time and effort marketing to, a middle-aged man who loves sports. I don't think that's any secret.
Well, he and I are old, so you've got to be the
We're middle-aged, but we're not.
But sometimes we pick up a couple older geezers, and you got to have plenty of parking. They're not going to walk very far.
So if I'm a potential franchisor, will you guys help me scout locations and help me in that development process, or am I all on my own?
I mean, in most cases, you're walking into a situation where you probably have 3 or 4 sites teed up and ready to go that we've already executed LOIs on for the franchise partner.
Nice.
Yeah. So we try to make it as easy as possible, and we want to have, obviously, we want to have a say in where our restaurants go. So.
Well, that's a question to Craig. Craig, you've been in hotel development obviously for a long time. You've done some amazing things in the development space. As a developer, what kind of opportunity do you see that a restaurant like Twin Peaks offers for investors?
Well, I think it's less capital risk than a hotel for sure. I think they've got their formulas down. They've got their product and what they're doing absolutely dialed in. And I think if I've got a select service hotel that's got a large parking lot, I want to put a pad in and I want one of these out front to serve meals.
I like, yeah.
We're going
That's
to
a good call.
change subjects real quick.
Yeah, we're totally changing subject real quick. So I want to introduce everybody to Francis. How you doing, Francis?
I'm doing great.
All right, so yeah, thank you so much for joining us. All right, so Francis, you're challenging us. You wanted to see whether or not we can figure out a Beyond Burger versus a regular burger. So we got the first one right here. Mr. Moon, please take a piece. Mr. Sullivan, would you like one as well?
I know it's what. So
I know.
feel like but you
But do you
take
want
it.
one?
I'll take this tray for you and you
Thank
try
so
it
much.
out.
All right, so we're gonna try this first one,
Right.
Dave.
I'm
We're
gonna.
gonna see what happens. Okay, so the ketchup and the tomato and the cheese make it a little bit more challenging.
That's the point. It's supposed to be a real burger.
Dare I say, whatever this is, we don't know. It could be the real burger. I don't know. We'll have to get to the next one. It's a little In-N-Out burger like. I got to tell you.
Yeah, it all melts together. It's really good. That's the best part. Everything's fresh, so you can't taste the difference. I feel like.
All right, we'll see if you can taste the difference.
That is really good.
Let's try the other one.
Yes, we have the other one right here.
I'll go grab it. You can stay right there and keep talking.
So this is oddly reminds you. Do you guys remember those commercials back in the day, the Pepsi challenge? Was it the Pepsi challenge or the Coke challenge? Or if you would, do a blind taste test, Pepsi versus Coke, and Pepsi said you could never tell the difference.
All right, now we're going to try the other burger over here.
Glenn, you have to drink some of your beer so that you can
I will.
Hold it for you. There we go. I'll take it for you guys. Take your burger.
So
I've done this before.
I'm actually having a little situation. I don't have headphones on, and one of my headphones snapped off. I got to fix that in a minute. And I also have to cleanse my palate. I'm way behind you guys.
Yeah, you are.
This is very disappointing. I wish I could do a better job here.
I think Francis is going to bring us some more beer, so go ahead and just pound that.
Yeah.
I can't. I'm not that talented. I got to eat this before this turns into a disaster over here.
It's well,
All right.
that's so
Here
glad.
we go. Let's see what happens here.
I actually have a verdict.
Do you think you have it figured out?
I think the second one is the beef, but I think the first one had better taste.
I was thinking the opposite.
Opposite? You think the first one was the beef
I
and
think
this
the
one?
first one was the beef. The second one was the meat.
All
This is getting deep, man.
Tiebreaker over here.
Yeah.
What's the verdict?
First one was the beef.
First one is the beef.
All right, and hold on. The winner is.
The first one was the Impossible Burger.
Hey!
Right.
Wow.
Yeah, I know, right?
That first
You
one,
had it. You knew. You knew.
that Impossible Burger is something else. I got to tell you, we've been serving those at home, and they are freaking awesome.
Yeah.
And Craig.
It's like a burger, smells like a burger.
Right. And I'll tell you, Craig and I, we had one once. Why don't you share that story while I try to fix my headphones over here?
Yeah,
We
I'm
were
gonna
in a
go get you
hotel.
guys
Yeah,
some new
that's cool.
cold beers.
We were at a hotel opening in Northern California, and we set up a restaurant with the management company. Got a great chef, and everything was farm to table. The chef came up with a hamburger that was made from beets.
Oh, yeah.
And you could not tell the difference. And my associates never told me, and I was just wolfing these little sliders down left and right.
Yeah.
And then they started laughing at me. And I go, "What? That's from beets?" And I said, "You're kidding." And it was just unbelievably good.
I've
But
never
I
had
never
it.
did.
That's the first time I've had it.
Yeah, that was
Very
amazing.
good. Yeah.
All
right.
want that again.
I'm happy to say I've officially fixed my headphones. I'm back in action, everybody.
Nice.
Yeah, so I was at that same party as Craig was, guys, and I'll tell you, I was really blown away because, like, when we found out, we had no idea that was the deal. And then when we found out what it was, we were like, oh, my God, I can't believe this is not a real burger over there. So, but I got to ask you, though. Come on in. All right, now, Ravine,
guys.
put on your headphones, please.
Thank you.
All right. So you're Carolyn, right?
My name is Carolyn. Yes.
So Carolyn owns the joint over here.
Oh,
Yeah, how cool is that?
Nice to meet you, Caroline.
Welcome. How's everything going?
So we're having a conversation about how the Beyond Burger versus the regular burger. You can't really tell the difference. But before we get into really talking about you, I got to wrap this part up. Are they selling? Are people really buying them, or are people, do you think, coming in prejudiced about what they think they are as opposed to what they actually are?
Well, I think particularly the Beyond brand is probably pretty popular. So if people see that on the menu, or they can sub a Beyond for a regular burger, I think people are more apt to try it.
Yeah.
I don't eat regular beef, so I get the Beyond burger all the time.
Do you?
There you go.
That's pretty awesome.
So, yeah, it's good.
Glenn, are the Impossible Burgers at all of your locations or select locations?
All the locations, actually nationwide. I'm 99% sure any Twin Peaks you walk into, you can either get that by itself or get it subbed for any of our other burgers.
Well, that just makes good sense, right? Because one of the things is, as more people go in that direction, there's always going to be somebody in your big group of people that doesn't want to have the meat.
Right.
And we're traditionally meat-eating culture over here, so it's nice to see us shifting and be able to have those options to make those people happy, right?
Yeah.
I agree. I think that's it's important. My son's a vegetarian. He did.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
I thought you were a good dad.
I thought I was too. Now he will eat a thin beef patty occasionally, but that's it.
Really?
Yeah.
You might
Interesting.
not be a vegetarian.
But that's it. No, everything else is salads. There's no chicken, anything else.
I know someone in my life who keeps insisting they're vegetarian, but they eat fish all the time, right?
Oh,
And
there's
I'm
a
like,
different word for that.
it's called a pescatarian.
Yes.
And I keep saying, no, you're a pescatarian. And they're like, no, I'm a vegetarian. I'm like, no, you are not. You can think you are, but you're not. And I'm sorry to hear that. But Carolyn, I want to hear about you. You own
You're
this place.
the story.
Yeah, you're the story today.
Oh, I am.
How long have you owned a Twin Peaks property?
We signed our franchise agreement in 2012.
Right.
First store we opened was in 2013.
Nice.
The location that we're in right now was actually owned out of Dallas
Was it?
at that time. Yeah, so this location was open in January of 2012, which is really how we found out about Twin Peaks and really became heavily interested. So this is already operating by the time we signed our docs.
Oh, wow.
So, and we met Randy and his team and really got excited about the brand. Knew we wanted to be in the sports bar industry. Loved it from our prior life.
Right.
And got involved in this and opened our first store down. We call it the Biltmore area, which is in Phoenix.
Yeah.
So how many do you have, Carolyn?
We have 4 here in town, and
Wow.
kind of exciting. Our group just signed again with Twin Peaks in Dallas on 3 more locations over the next 3 years.
Where are you going to open them? In Dallas?
No,
Or here?
Yeah.
You're going to have 7 locations in the
We
Phoenix
are.
metro area?
Yes. And we think there probably could be a few more even beyond that, but we
Can
think
you come to
7's a really good
California,
number.
please? Orange County.
I will not
Wait.
volunteer for California.
Right.
You have to get somebody else to volunteer for
But
that.
you know what's cool about that story is, we sit here with Glenn the last couple of times, and obviously we're talking about Twin Peaks, we're talking about how awesome the brand is, how good Glenn is, but at the same time, that's just us talking, right? Carolyn is a real life example, proof of concept that Twin Peaks works, and that Twin Peaks is someone you want to partner with. Otherwise, she wouldn't keep going back.
Well, I'll tell you, we have some really good franchise groups across the country. So if y'all get a chance to hook up with some of them. So, we were like maybe I think the 5th group signed, which was super fun back in the day. So,
All right, so then I gotta ask you. There's so many brands out there. Why did you make the decision to go with Twin Peaks? What was it about them? Restaurant business is a real tough business. It's hard to make money. So what were you thinking?
we loved the average volume
Right.
unit that obviously was happening back then. It's even better now. But I'll tell you what, sports bar was something we wanted to do. That was a no-brainer.
Okay.
But
We-
why? Why do you like sports bar so much?
There's just
Yeah, I could tell by your personality
Well-
it suits you, but why?
because the full service restaurant, mundane, week by week,
Same
is
thing.
just same. I can tell you, 26 times a year we've got an event going on a Saturday night alone, not
Right.
to mention all the other stuff that's going on, football, NCAA, all of the tournaments.
Yeah, baseball
Here,
playoffs.
soccer is huge in the summertime here.
Is it?
so we'll open our doors at 8 in the morning
Right,
if
for
we
Europe.
know,
Right.
yeah, the European leagues or championship leagues are going on. So
Are you allowed to sell beer at 8 in the morning? in the
We
gyms?
can.
That's pretty cool.
yeah, we can. So we open early if we need to. We serve brunch when we need to. We try to keep our brunch going all year round. So the sports was a no-brainer. When we started to find out about the food, that was what really hooked us. We loved the girl thing. We thought it was sexy. We thought it was fun, different, and not like some of the others. I'm
Why
sure
is it
you've
different
heard
than
of.
Why is it different than some of the others?
Oh.
Because for the outsider, they think, oh, it's a category, it's all the same.
You know what's so funny is I interview candidates to become managers for our team, right? And you'll have individuals who have preconceived notion about what Twin Peaks is.
Right. Well, because of those other brands.
Sure. But my answer is always this. I give them a $100 gift card. I say, come in the next 5 days. I don't
Right.
care when, I don't care what location. Bring your family, bring your kids, bring your significant other. You're going to walk out of here and you're going to be like, it was awesome.
Right.
It wasn't what I expected. Everything's just a notch up, right? Service, food, beer, everything. And the girls make it that, right?
Right.
So, and I liked the model about the Twin Peaks girl and how we train them. It is like a high-end full-service restaurant. That's how we're training our girls.
Right.
And if you really get these awesome women to step up and really believe in the brand, it's awesome.
That's really great.
Yeah.
All right. So, Craig, why don't you ask the next question? There's some more food coming. I'm going to go and try to figure that out.
You know, you just signed, an agreement to open up small franchise.
Yeah.
What was your first impression when you found out you had a scratch kitchen? Because I think that's amazing. That's what really, makes your food.
Yeah.
There's not much you're keeping in the freezer besides the mugs for the beer to get them, frozen, and that's quite a process.
Ice cream French fries. That's what I say. Ice cream French fries mugs.
Yeah.
Well, our first experience was here when this restaurant opened that we're in right now. But then, of course, we did our diligence and went down to Texas. And it's like you start trying things that you would not even imagine to be in a sports bar,
Yeah.
right? Pot roast, chicken fried steak,
Meatloaf.
meatloaf, our half chickens now that are done in the smoker. So all of these menu items.
Did you say
Oh,
chicken?
perfect timing. I didn't even know you ordered that.
Yeah, I'm just finding out a couple of details on the dish so it can sound like I know what I'm talking about.
Go for it.
Give me 1 second. I'll be right back.
Yeah, so as we started to, look into the brand, we were just overall impressed with the whole operation. So we still dig it,
It's a great concept. It's great execution. Your staff is beyond friendly, and I know you guys work hard on that all day, and you work hard on all the food. And I think if you take this to parking lot with get an ad from a select service hotel and put this out front, it's a great thing.
Yeah.
The synergy between the hotel and this would be amazing. And, obviously you get families.
Oh my God.
This is just a great place. So,
Yeah, our teams deserve all the credit. They really do a great job.
I love that freaking idea, right? Because so many hotels are trying these sports bars, but they're all exactly the same old. And if you really want to talk about monetizing your hotel's food and restaurant business, you've got to get one of those brands that are going to get people in from the outside,
Right.
not just have
The
blah,
locals,
blah, blah, a sports bar, but a great bar of food. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to
Glenn goes over and talks to the hotel owners. They've got
Right.
a select service, whether it's a
Yep.
Courtyard, a Spring Hill, a Hampton Inn, a Holiday Inn Express. They've got a big parking lot.
Oh my
Let's
God.
put that ad in. Let's build that, the lodge feel and put it out there. I'm telling you, home run. And you can have a runner going back and forth between the hotel for dinner if they don't want to come out.
All right, so we're about to try this chicken. It's a smoked chicken. It's smoked, and then apparently it's fried.
That's right.
And I can see already. Here, let's take a
Glenn,
look.
put it at the camera, Glenn.
You want to see what this looks like? Ooh, look how beautiful that is. That is an absolutely incredible looking thing.
I mean, that doesn't look like a typical, sports bar type meal. That's a pretty, as Glenn was saying, an upscale meal. That's a high class meal.
Mashed potatoes are made minimum 3 times a day, fresh.
Really?
Yeah, the chicken is smoked.
Carolyn, that was freaking awesome.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
It's good.
And it's so freaking juicy. Oh my God! Hey, Kevin. I hope you're doing well. Great to see you, man. Wow, unbelievable, unbelievable. I'm really loving the food experience here. Really changes everything. And going back to what we were talking about before you got on air, we were talking about Glenn said you got to see 4 screens from wherever you are. I mean, I can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 right over here. Thank you guys for that.
Thank you.
Now, I'm not a sports fan, but people who are, that's exactly what they.
Oh no, we definitely appreciate that. I am a big sports fan.
Yeah.
And let me
Let
tell
me
you,
say
that is
something
what I'm
about
looking for.
let me say something about TVs in
Yeah.
Twin Peaks.
Yep.
I think they're serious. Like I just went to the Florida opening, and I don't even remember the size screens they have on that one wall, but it is like holy cow when you walk in the front door. This location has 67 TVs. We just had a meeting last week. We're renovating. We're adding more. We're doing them bigger.
Wow.
We're changing things up. Our store that we just opened in Tempe has 98 televisions in it.
Oh my God.
Some say it's overboard, but I think you'll be happy on Sunday morning when you come to watch 10 different games at one time.
Yeah, wow, that's pretty cool. And though you may not be involved, I understand they're opening up a location on the Strip place. I don't know yet. They won't tell me. They're keeping it a secret from me, Wasted Wednesday, Dave. I can't believe that. But
Well, they got to keep some secrets from you. That way, when you show up in Vegas later on,
right,
and it's open,
right.
we both fly out and we do a show there.
That sounds like a good idea.
Can I get an invite for this one at least? At one point, can I get an invite?
No, Dave. Don't worry about it. You're not gonna have to come.
Oh.
Always left behind.
I've got like 6 million Southwest miles, so we'll get you one of those economies.
Ooh, I love
Right, to be
Southwest.
fair, we would have Dave come out. He would have been here this week, but this poor boy has got to work. He works at a hotel in New York City, Carolyn, and they're short staffed, and he's like working like 40 shifts in a row in order to be able
short
to.
pillows too.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I heard their pillow count is down by 1. Not a very good situation over there.
I don't always have these bags under my eyes. Let me tell you. I think a nice I think a nice smoked and fried chicken from Twin Peaks could perk me right back up, though.
Seriously, dude,
Amazing.
that was
That shit's
freaking
amazing.
awesome.
I see beers, but are we doing bourbon on an ice ball? Is that happening soon?
That's totally fine. Carolyn, you have to understand, you are the owner of the building that they are in. You can tell all of these guys what to do. You have my permission.
You're in charge.
It's true. It's
Yeah.
true.
Charge. So yes, whenever you want to.
We'll make that happen.
Yeah.
Is that the applause button?
No, that's just one.
We'll take that.
Let me tell you, it's better than not having bourbon. Otherwise, I'd have to hear this.
Well, if you guys bring out the bourbon, then I'm gonna really be jealous because that chicken looked amazing. I love a nice meatball. Now you're taking out some bourbon. I'm almost offended that I wasn't invited.
Hey, Dave, what are some of your other favorite foods? We'll make sure to eat them in front of you right now.
I think they
Well, honestly, I could probably name a bunch of them, and I feel like Twin Peaks is gonna have all of them because you guys are listening down the menu.
Hold on.
before.
I'm gonna go grab a menu right over there.
You know what? I don't even see. This is why Glenn needs to realize that this is 2021.
but
We don't
love you,
need
dude. Don't worry
to
about it.
grab a menu. We can just pop the menu
right,
up
I got this
online and share it.
He's
Here
old
it
school.
comes.
He
Here
wants
it
the
comes.
paper in his
Here's
hands.
the menu.
There's the menu right here. Look at this. Here's the spicy meatball skillet, some loaded
It's kind of
fries.
Yeah, all right, fine,
Some
Dave.
more
You
loaded
do the menu
fries.
for.
This is why we have a producer.
Yeah, I'm gonna sit here and drink my beer. You share the menu. You tell us what you'd like to eat, and we'll tell you how good it was and how why you can't have it.
I mean, we only have 15 minutes left in the show. I'm the mozzarella cheese bites. Come on, chipotle queso and chips, chicken tenders. I love beer battered chicken tenders. Now there's a nice restaurant down in Atlantic City that makes an amazing beer battered chicken tender. So I really want to try these ones and compare. But you have nachos, wings. Look at all these different sauces,
So that's the standard stuff you have to have, right?
soups, salads. I'm trying to get to some of these.
Right.
All right, here's the hangover. So a fried egg, bacon, So my wife would die for this burger. She's a big fried egg on burgers thing. The avocado smash burger. Look at all these different options. Spicy meatball parmesan. I'm in. Cuban sandwiches, pulled porks, Philly cheesesteaks, tacos.
This is not
There's
as
your-
small of a menu, Glenn, as you made it seem like it was.
Yeah, I was about to say, we're
Yeah.
talking about some really high quality menus here.
Yeah.
Smoked half chicken, char-grilled salmon. Here's your chicken fried steak or chicken, shrimp and chicken combo, 10-ounce sirloin, and then of course you got some great French fries. 3 cheese mac and cheese. I'm in. Here's your homemade mashed potatoes, and let's see what for dessert.
Yeah, pretty good. Go ahead.
Pecan pie, mini apples. I mean, guys, that's a menu.
Yeah,
That is a menu.
It's an extensive menu, and it's all from scratch. So my question, Caroline, is how long does it take to train your cooking staff?
Well, in the beginning of any opening, it's about 10 to 12 days, really. We can make it happen. And then that first week that NA Twin Peaks is open, typically we're only open at night for 5 more days. So you get that added week of
to
training.
get the rehearsal and
Yeah.
then some time on stage, and then
Yeah. And really the girls, catch on pretty quickly,
Right.
So we can train them in the same amount of time, and they really get that hospitality down and have fun with it. And,
What is kind of the we're going to take wings out of it for now, especially on Sundays. What is kind of the number 1 or number 2 bestseller? Where do people typically go for their main course at Twin Peaks?
like items.
yeah.
Like,
What is the most popular item?
what is the most popular item that people get?
I guess
Aside
you're
from
right.
wings.
It depends on the day. I mean, chicken wings are huge on the weekends, although we do brunch here in the morning since we open early, since we're West Coast time. So we'll open at 9 a.m. on Saturdays and 9:30 on Sundays. So till 2 o'clock, both of those days, we'll do a full brunch menu and tacos and platters and stuff like that. So, but I think when things get going, burgers are probably our top seller. Our Billionaire Bacon Burger, if you've never had that. The Billionaire Bacon that we make in-house, which is applewood smoked bacon with crushed red pepper, brown sugar, cayenne pepper, paprika, and black pepper. It's like sweet and spicy. That's like one of our most popular items.
Nice.
It's really
I
good.
bet that was going to be one of your most popular items. Now,
I'm sorry, I missed that. What was the most popular?
Billionaire Bacon
Billionaire
Burger.
Bacon Burger.
I got to ask one question.
Yeah.
How many chicken wings on average do you go through on like a Monday Night Football or on a Sunday or something like that?
I would say throughout the week,
Yeah.
each location on average orders 40 to 50 cases, and those are 40-pound cases.
wow.
So
That is
because
a lot.
we're smoking wings, that's an item
Yeah.
option,
Yeah.
and then our traditional chicken wings.
And are you guys breading and frying on location?
So breaded bone-in wings is an option. I wouldn't say it's our top seller. I think the more traditional bone-in naked wing is probably the biggest, but smoked wings are really coming on as a popular item because they're not
Right.
deep fried.
Right.
So they're smoked and then finished on the grill.
Now, I want to talk about
Okay.
your in-house beers, but before we do that, hey, we've got a couple more guests that came over.
I know,
from
I
the
see.
conference.
I turned
We
into an
got
actual
Bob
party over here now.
And Scott from the world's best hotel insurance company. Okay, our friends from Gallagher are here, so welcome. Glad you guys are here. There we go.
We're giving you the applause on the soundboard over here, though you can't hear.
Now, you've got your own in-house brewery, and would you tell the audience about the various beers that Twin Peaks produces?
Yeah, so the brewery exists in Texas.
Right.
So they distribute to a lot of their locations in the Fort Worth area and around. Here, being that, the quantity of beer that we purchase, we have specific recipes that we follow that are not actually made in the brewery in Texas,
Okay.
but the recipe is the same and the profiles are the same. So,
Are they only served at your locations? Those ones?
So all Twin Peaks carry a dirty blonde, naughty brunette, a drop dead red, and there are some varying other options that some of the
I
stores
love
carry
the
as well.
name. Could you give those to the audience again, please?
Dirty blonde, naughty brunette, drop dead red.
I love it.
That's naughty, not naughty, just in case any of you guys are wondering.
That might be my Ohio accent. So those three are really the staples, but I know a lot of other Twin Peaks around the nation are carrying other varieties that the brewery in Texas is brewing.
And so I got a question with you about menus and stuff like that. We met Chef in Dallas, really cool. He's really driving it. But if you have ideas and you're like, hey, here in our region, maybe people would like that. Do you guys have like a back and forth with chef?
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
I think a lot of markets will call Alex and be like, hey, let's think about doing this.
Right.
And it's a conversation. It's never a no. You
Right.
know, it's like, let's figure it out
I like
what works in our market.
That's pretty cool. Because
See, Glenn, that makes your job a whole lot easier because if you're selling in Louisiana or California,
we got more food. I'll be right back.
granted, in California, it may be more yogurt based than anything else, okay? But, you know, you get something in Louisiana that's more crawdad, butter, and a few other things.
No doubt.
You know, you can.
Well, listen, guys, whoever's out there listening to this show right now, if you are in the North Jersey, New York City area, and you want to put a Twin Peaks in my area, I will be the first one to come experience some amazing food. I want to try it. So who has the money to invest in Twin Peaks? Because I sure don't. At least not yet.
Dude, think about all that pillow money. Just get some more pillows and sell them, you know? I know. All right.
We're coming to Philly Day soon.
Chicken fried.
I'll take that.
Chicken.
Oh,
Oh, yeah, Dave.
wait.
Yeah,
Sorry,
thanks,
wrong
man.
one. There you go.
Yeah, oh, yeah, all right. Thank you, Glenn. I appreciate that, man. Hold on. All right. Now you go. There you go. All right. It's very complicated over here. We're gonna do what we did last time. Now I need another knife. This is a whole mess over here.
You guys realize what's happening, right? Glenn just wanted to have the show at your location to scheme a free dinner. That's all that's really happening
My
right
whole
now.
life is about trying to get free dinners.
You don't even need a
Okay.
knife with that.
Glenn,
Oh my God.
You don't need a knife with that dish.
No. As I touched it, I'm like,
I mean,
I'm great. Thank you. But it's delicious. Jalapeno cream gravy
Yeah.
atop a lightly breaded, thinly pounded chicken breast with our green beans and our, of course, made from scratch
Right.
mashed potatoes.
that is really good.
So good.
Now, do your chefs, Glenn? Do you guys, Glenn Moon? Do you guys, for the chefs of your locations, do you do like a off-property training for like the head chef or the executive chef to kind of learn how these recipes are truly made, or how does that work?
actually, I think Carolyn can probably answer that better than I can.
So any manager that goes through our program, we have programs all the way from shift leader, right?
Yeah.
Not a full time, 40, 50 hour a week person, to a kitchen manager that's going to run an individual location, to GM manager, right? So everybody goes through typically the same training process in the kitchen. First 3 weeks, you're literally making every item, every side dish, every entree.
Cool.
The kitchen guys are then spending an additional 2 to 3 weeks just digging into those recipes. So everybody gets taught A to Z.
Right. So it's real rough. I'm drinking this beer over here, but Glen Moon, my buddy, you got some bourbon.
Definitely. Look at that.
So what kind of bourbon do we have? You said Buffalo Trace?
I think this is Buffalo Trace.
I don't know. We haven't tasted it. We'll find out. But I love
Look
the
at the
ice
ice
cube. Carolyn, how many
Ice ball.
how many
Ice ball.
ice ball? How many different ice products do you have here?
Well, just the round ball is what we
Okay.
carry
No
at Twin
cubes, just
Peaks.
the ball.
No cubes. Those are square.
We don't do cubes.
Yeah. No.
Nice.
Well, it's good.
Well, let me ask you a question. Why? Again, those are those types of things. The larger ice cubes, the larger ice balls, are typically things. At least in this area, you'll see at more of an upper class, higher scale type of restaurant in the city. So, that kind of goes along with that upscale menu you guys have. But what kind of made you guys want to have the big ice ball versus just dig in the ice bucket and throw it in?
Everybody wants big balls. Come on, David.
Yes, apparently. It's probably been 3-4 years now that Twin Peaks evolved their drink menu and rolled out this bourbon, scotch, tequila, whiskey program. So, if you see over our bar, the
Right.
display, all our stores have that. And some other locations are even doing bigger displays to make sure they can carry all the brands. I mean, we carry those 4 styles. We probably carry 50 to 55 different brands in the restaurant.
Wow.
And so if you're going to sell someone a high-end scotch or bourbon and you're going to charge them accordingly,
Yeah.
you want to have it over an ice ball. Actually,
Absolutely.
this restaurant, Twin Peaks has evolved into this different style of ice ball that literally takes all the impurities out of it I'll just tell you mine are on back order right now,
Right.
but they're coming. And but it's literally this ice ball program that, yes, these are ice balls, but you can see they're a little cloudy. They have them now that will literally draw all of it out, and it's crystal clear. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah,
So,
I've seen those.
That's
It's
the
pretty
evolution.
freaking wild, right?
Yeah.
It's a very particular type of water that you have to use and a method of freezing it in order that doesn't
Correct.
create that cloudiness.
yeah, it's like hours.
Oh, we
sitting.
got more food?
It's cool.
All right,
So
hold on.
while you guys get the food ready, I have a question for Glen Moon. Glenn, I know Carolyn's an owner. She owns 4 properties. She's going to own 7. But you can see the passion and the energy and the knowledge that she has for Twin Peaks. So at what point does she, become a BD manager for you guys and just kind of take over as the face of the Twin Peaks sales franchise? Because she is amazing.
Hey,
No, listen, I mean, one of the things I leverage is the ownership for sure. We have, I think, 16 ownership groups now, going on 17, actually 17 as of last Friday. And I mean, they dictate a lot of where this program goes. I mean, we take a lot of feedback from the franchise group. We're not bringing in people who didn't already run restaurants. We're bringing in seasoned multi-unit operators.
Yeah.
They're coming in, they're bringing a lot. They're bringing years and years and years of experience in the food industry, running restaurants, food and beverage. I mean, I don't think anybody in the corporate office would tell you they know everything about food and everything about booze, except for maybe Alex. Am I right?
I thought you were going to say me, but yes, Alex too.
I'll tell you what. I know one thing about food. This salmon looks freaking amazing. Look at that. Look at that. That is. I got to tell you, I don't know who's cooking back there, but they cooked it spectacularly.
compliments to the chef.
Yeah, absolutely. Compliments to the chef and the whole team over there. Did a great job. Oh my God.
I'll be honest with you guys. Again, coming from the tri-state area, I mean, if we just took out the background of you guys, right, and you took the plates you showed us, and you took the beer and the scotch and the bourbon you showed us, you could transplant those dishes and those drinks into any major luxury restaurant in Midtown Manhattan, and they would fit in perfectly.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Glen Moon's a deal guy. I'm a deal guy. 24/7
I mean, what's the deal with that guy?
24/7 hotels. Got hotels throughout the Western U.S. Select service, big parking lots. True Hardy, 6 degrees, 24/7 hotels. Call Glen Moon. Get one of these in your hotel.
Craig, we haven't started the Plug-a-Palooza yet. What are you doing?
No. I had to get that in before you had too much bourbon.
All right, I appreciate you trying to make sure that they're taken care of, but we haven't quite gotten to the Plug-a-Palooza.
No, let's keep going.
I've got one more. I got one more question that I want to ask you. Was this the first restaurant that you guys have owned, or had you already been an operator of places and saw an opportunity here?
Prior to Twin Peaks, my husband and I were involved in Buffalo Wild Wings here with the franchise group here. So not the first brand, but definitely the sports
Do you
part
still
of it.
have?
We do not.
You sold those.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, we parted ways
Right.
from that group. So
Right.
yeah. But I can tell you, I was going to say when Dave was talking about the franchise owners, you talk to any of the franchise owners. Yeah. Everybody doesn't know everything, but everyone believes in the brand. I mean, we wouldn't all be here. And so we're kind of like this little franchise family combined with the corporate locations and leadership. So everybody kind of feels the same way. Talk to any of them. It'll be true.
The thing I love about that is
brethren many years ago.
Yeah. Sorry, Dave. What was that?
No, as I said, the thing I love about that is, again, Carolyn, you can tell you're passionate about the product. You can tell your knowledge about the product, and for me as a consumer to know that ownership is so involved and so hands-on, it makes me believe that you're going to keep everything fresh. You're going to keep everything moving forward. You're going to keep Twin Peaks on their A game versus an owner that may be an investment opportunity, maybe a REIT that's just going to peek in, look at the P&L and say, okay, we're good, we're not good, and whatever happens, happens. That to me is what stands out as a consumer, where I want to go, where I want to be, somewhere where I know that the people that are actually at most risk are also at least as much involved or more involved than the operator or the managing company, I should say.
Absolutely. But you know what? David's here. I'm sure he didn't walk out the door like fellows do. So.
David's about 2,000 miles away, so that'd be a pretty good magic trick.
You know I love you, Dave.
Dave, I'm not very fond of you at all. So what are you going to do?
I send you stuff, okay?
Yeah.
I
You
love
do. That's true. So,
Before
Craig,
Fair
you,
leaves, I feel like we should give her an opportunity to talk maybe about the Bears and the Cubs.
I think so. We're almost at the end
Who
of the
are
show
those
anyway.
teams?
The Bears.
The Bears. Is there a coach
Is that from
you
a
wanna
big
see?
city?
Yeah.
oh, because she's from Ohio. That's right.
Yes. Go Buckeyes. Rough loss against the Ducks, but we will rebound. And I think Clemson might have lost, maybe. I don't know. Let's check
I
into
think
that.
they did.
Well, you're talking.
That brings me joy.
All right. So,
I love that.
so Craig, you ready to move to the final portion of the show over here?
Let's do the plug of blue.
All right, here we go. The favorite part of the show, the one you've been waiting for. Why you wasted an hour of your time to get to this part here. All right, that's a plug-a-palooza, everybody. We just blew out their heads. Goodbye, Carolyn.
You gotta talk.
See you later.
What do you want to plug?
Plug anything you want. Your restaurants.
Oh, well, come to any of our restaurants in the Valley, Glendale, Scottsdale, Phoenix, and our new location in Tempe. Remember, 98 televisions in Tempe. We couldn't find space for 2 more.
Wow. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Hey, it was
very, very
amazing
much
meeting
for
you.
your
Thank you so much.
Wonderful team. Wonderful.
Wow, she was awesome.
Glenn, I think technically this whole show has been a plug-a-palooza for you, but what's your message?
Well, I would just say that if you're looking to diversify your portfolio, whether you're in hotels or other restaurants, I mean, we have demonstrated clearly that we can come into a market. Our last 6-7 openings, our average AUVs are over
Right.
$6.5 million.
Wow.
We designed these things to do around 20% EBITDA. So if you
Holy
finance
crap.
it right,
Holy crap.
That rocks. 20%.
Disclaimer.
I know not all locations, blah, 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 lawyers.
Well, there's supply chain issues, and
Right.
things of that nature. But we design these things, that you can put it up for, anywhere. If you do a second generation building under $3 million, if you go in and you're doing a ground up building, maybe somewhere between $6 and $7 million.
Right.
We're designing these things such that you can get 20% EBITDA and have a great product, something that is not trendy. This thing goes on and on and on.
If I have a hotel and I've got a restaurant space, you can convert to this as well?
Yep. You could. Yeah, it's just we need about 7,500 square feet.
Right.
And so probably going to have to be a full service hotel. But I'll tell you where we put our properties. I mean, the hotel business is,
Right.
they're one of our drivers.
And I also thought we talked about this last time. If you have a select service hotel, you probably got some room in your plot of land already for a
Absolutely.
standalone as well.
Absolutely.
And I think that might work really well to create the neighborhood business combined with the hotel business.
Oh, no, we were looking for hotel rooms where we put our building.
Right.
No doubt about it.
Interesting.
No doubt about it.
Awesome. Any more? How do people find you? How can we reach out to you?
Well, you can go to our website for sure. Twin Peaks. Google us. It's easy to find. You can certainly email me, or you can call me. We're here for you.
All right. So could you give us your email so people aren't randomly emailing people named Glen Moon?
Glen.moon at T as in Tom, PREST.com.
TPRest.com.
TPRest.com.
All right. Producer Dave, what's your plug?
Same plug as always. Check out No Vacancy Live. Check out Times Square today. We actually just filmed the October episode today, even though it's still September.
Yep.
But it's a really great episode. We actually have the executive director of the Theater Development Fund for Times Square, who is the company, or the organization, I should say, that runs the TKTS booth. So we got real in-depth on...
Thanks for saving that interview for you and not the No Vacancy Live we did 2 weeks ago. So
Well, actually, Glenn, we're in talks to maybe bring her on to No
all
Vacancy
right,
Live
great.
as well.
I know.
So we're working on that.
Rock.
but,
And let me say a disclaimer right here. Producer Dave rocks. He gets us amazing interviews that I haven't been able to get. So I absolutely love that about Dave. Dave, I'm going to inundate you with a whole bunch of emails about people you got to connect with in the next week or so. So good luck.
Sounds
with that.
good. And thanks for completely hijacking my plug-a-palooza. Appreciate it.
I'm here for you, brother. Greg Sullivan?
You know what? I'd like to get Francis over just for a second and have the audience say goodbye to her.
All right.
But, okay. Plug. Francis, we want you to say hello and goodbye to the audience. Thank you so much for taking such
All
good
right.
care.
So Francis has been behind the scenes, handing me all the food, taking care of our drinks, all that kind of stuff, and bringing her amazing personality to the show.
Yeah.
Say hello to everybody. Or goodbye, to everybody.
Hi guys, how's it going?
Thank you for taking
Yeah.
care of us.
Yeah, come in and see us at Twin Peaks. Find out what we're all about.
Definitely.
I like it. Thank you,
Find
Francis. We
out
appreciate
what
you.
we're all about. I love that. I've never heard that before.
So, Craig, I'm feeling a couple of weeks before I'm allowed to celebrate spring. There's something seminal, something important, something I must be a part of.
Celebrate spring.
Click 5 on March 10th, 2022 at the Crown Jewel, the Anaheim Resort area of the GW Marriott. If you're in California hospitality or want to be, you should be at that event.
I'll be there.
Yes, Glenn Moon will be there. Glen Houseman's going to be there. And most importantly, producer David's going to be there.
With no money.
Yeah, we're all going to be in one location.
With no money.
Besides having the conference, we are going to do a live show, and it may be the first time that producer David, the star, the voice of hospitality, Glen Houseman and myself are all together in the same room.
Oh my God! Have you ever met? You haven't met Dave in person.
We've never met him in person. We've never met in person before. We've only done the virtual stuff.
We've worked on 30 episodes, and I've been on your show twice, and you've been on my show at least twice. And David dropped in on your show and was interviewed on mine. But we've done, all three of us been in the same room at one time.
Oh my
We've never been on the same side of the country at the same time.
Right.
So actually, I'm actually gonna pause you. I'm gonna pause you for 1 second because in truth, there's no reason Craig would remember this. But I actually did meet Craig once. Surprisingly.
Yeah.
This did happen. We were actually at HX at the Javits Center. Glen and Anthony were shooting live from HX.
Wow.
Craig, as my low-level producer self was, I was charged with going over to everybody standing around watching Glen and Anthony.
God, yeah.
And Craig came over, and I said, "Hey, sir, how you doing? Do you know Glen and Anthony?" He said, "I know Glen."
and that's my answer because I did not know him. I know Glen.
So I did meet Craig once. We had about 17 words of dialogue, but I've never actually officially met Craig knowing who Craig is.
But will any of us ever know Anthony? That's a mystery for next time. Listen,
that's going to be our new show. Okay.
Yeah.
Who is
Anybody
Craig?
know Anthony?
Yeah, right. All right, everybody. I got no plugs. Whatever. Dave plugged our stuff. I don't know. Hire me for a speaking event. I don't know. Give me
Hire
some
both of
booze.
us. Hire all three of us.
Yeah, I love that idea. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for being here.
Aloha.
Oh,
appreciate you
wait.
every Friday.
I am going to plug one more thing.
Yeah.
Shout out to the great hospitality students of Auburn University who I got to speak to
Friends are
last week and teach them a little bit about revenue management. So shout out to Auburn University for having me on. May have been a bad decision, but
actual applause from an audience there, Dave. I don't know. All right, everybody.
go.
Thank you so much for being here. We really appreciate you. We'll see you next week. We won't be on Friday. We'll be on a week from Friday. I'll be in Vegas. I don't know where I'm going to broadcast from, but I'm guaranteed to be drunk as F. All right, see you all next week.
I'll be
Have a
in
good
Newport
time.
Beach.
All right, baby. See you all there.
Bye.